So you sure you don't want me to just hold it? Be easy.
Is it on?
It's rolling.
Okay. Alright. Or should we start?
Hello.
Story.
Let's just say all the stories. So our 3 stories are The Handsomest Drowned Man in the World by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, My Melancholy Face by Heinrich Boll, and House Taken Over by Julio Cortazar.
Which should we?
House taken over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smart.
This one confuses me a lot, honestly.
Same.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah, we're good.
Well, I really want to know who they are. Who's it taking over the house? Because it never just says. And I thought they were like rats or something because, or like I didn't think they were humans because otherwise they just told it out, you know.
Yeah.
But it was something that was like really bad and they couldn't do anything about because they just like let it happen.
Yeah.
And then also they were saying like I hope no one like I wouldn't here it says here I locked the front door up tight and tossed the key out so it wouldn't do to have some poor devil decide to go on and run
I can always split it
at
up.
that hour and with the house taken over.
Yeah.
Well, I was wondering like if it's someone already in there then it wouldn't really then I feel like
tomorrow after school, Thursday after school. You can do that.
For some reason,
You can do the hour tomorrow?
interpretation
Yeah, that would be good
was
too,
that
because then I can make it up on the fly, but I can figure out something for you.
taking over the house.
When you tell me ahead of time.
I don't know. Honestly, doesn't
Okay.
make as much sense as your thing.
Yeah. I
You're-
thought it was
you're
kind of,
okay for you?
sorry.
Can we get it
I
okay?
thought it was kind of related to their house being in the family for so long. Because they kind of stressed that at the very beginning, so I thought perhaps it meant like their like spirits or something are taking over. It's something like more supernatural. People.
Yeah, it did seem pretty supernatural.
Yeah.
I thought supernatural or could be some form of symbolism.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Did you
of
try to
metaphor
get
for
a
just
recommendation before you go?
something other than a physical or even like spiritual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But going back to what Leo said,
hopefully then the new
I never
person-
read the entire analysis piece at the end of the short essay within our textbook, but I
You bet.
remember
I'll
it
see
said
you tomorrow.
something about
Hi, Grace, what's up?
ghosts or demons or something. Like,
Oh, really?
I think so.
Yeah.
okay.
That makes sense.
I haven't read it in a long time. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it says.
Yeah, there's somewhere in South America. Where did they say
It's
that?
Argentina.
Argentina.
In
Oh, in 1939.
Well, no, it says nothing's
Wait a minute, permit
come
mark.
into the country since
So
1939.
after-
No good books.
Nothing worthwhile.
It's also in Buenos Aires.
Either one, you're just gonna bring it back, right?
Yeah.
It's a capital.
It's a
Yeah,
capital.
Buenos Aires.
Also, I gotta be here, I'm gonna be here, I'll leave like about 4:30.
Also, well, what I first thought, what I thought they were, or like I thought it had something to do with like people, like buying the house from them because like it says like in a day when old houses go down for a profitable auction for the construction materials.
Yeah.
I thought it had to relate to that, but actually I don't think so.
But then that it kind of because it's like taken over piece by piece.
Yeah.
Not all at once.
Yeah.
It's not like they
Right.
bought this house, half of the house.
Yeah.
Or
That's why I don't think
you
it's-
know, if that house, half of the house finally got taken over. I guess we're just gonna have to live in this side. Doesn't quite make sense that way.
Yeah.
My theory was that on the first like half, before it does that triple dot thing, which is like fantasy stuff, it talks about how everyone used to live there. It says it kept the memories of our great grandparents, our paternal grandfather, our parents, and the whole of childhood. So they must have like had like the whole family living there. And now there's only 2. We got used to staying in the house by ourselves. And I thought, and then they keep like, even before the house gets taken over, they're all going about their business, doing the same thing basically every day. It's kind of boring.
Yeah, I noticed they don't ever once until like the very end mention like ever leaving the house. Kind of is a little weird. It seems like how it's written, like they have literally been in this house since they were children.
Yeah, they don't seem to leave the house at all until the very end.
Well, no, actually. are they haven't left like the area. I feel like they have left the house. They talk about.
I mean, how
Very
else would
minimally,
they survive?
right?
They say the guy talks about going to downtown to pick up yarn.
Oh,
Oh,
That's the only-
and
you're
to
right.
buy books.
Yeah.
It sounds like who's the other person? What was her name? Irene. It sounds like she doesn't leave the house.
Yeah. Also, it talks about how like they don't really. It's like I think they said like they don't need to work or something
Yeah.
because the farms brought in all the food. I don't know where the.
They brought in all
Yeah.
the money.
I think that was the
money.
bottom of the
And the
first
food
page or
truck.
second page.
Yeah,
First
here.
page.
We didn't have to earn our living or money coming in for the farms each month, even piling up.
Yeah.
So they're pretty wealthy.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
they like inherited it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Stuff.
Like,
So this
Dead-
is like the
dead
family
relatives.
manor.
because of all the like stuff it's talking about, like everyone who used to be at the house, and like life's kind of like mellowing out and like slipping away. Like it seems like everyone is like I don't know dropping off. I thought that maybe like the house getting taken over was a symbol for like past kind of life, like fading away.
Yeah.
That would
Maybe
be
that's-
sense.
Uh,
I thought it was
like
interesting
the
that-
house is literally like it's going away.
Like maybe what the house meant to them is like what's really going away in your life. I don't know.
The memory.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm gonna check if the camera's still going because I don't want to get.
It's going, dude.
It's going.
It's going. Don't move it, please.
Oh yeah, it's going. I can
see in the
reflection.
So,
Okay.
one,
fine.
another thing, adding on to the kind of passing away and other people kind of fading away, dying. They talk about Maria Esther.
Oh yeah.
First page.
Yeah.
She went and died on me.
Exactly. Yeah. And I underlined that because I didn't completely understand the reference.
I think they were like,
Oh yeah. And then
like friends, and then she died.
Like
Like,
it looks like
yeah.
they might have gotten married before we could manage to get engaged.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then just talk about marrying the siblings.
How are you?
Yeah. Well, it says like
yeah.
we were easing into our 40s with the unvoiced concept that the quiet, simple marriage of brother and sister and brother was the indispensable end to a life established in this house by our grandparents. That whole thing. Yeah, at first I thought it was like really like. I was really weird because at first I thought I was talking about the kind of incest
I think
thing.
it's in Brooms.
Incest thing, but then I realized like
Because
that
I think it was
was
S.
married, like not.
Oh,
actually.
207 or
That's
something.
Yeah.
way more comfortable at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Yeah. And that kind of supports the
You ever-
family experience.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
like, the family is.
No, no, this is my zone down here. No sé si yo lo de finish or
Relationships, and I say they cut themselves off from the world.
Almost
Their
there.
family,
You said three
leaving their
weeks,
house.
right?
Yeah. But now it's just like
3 weeks.
Yeah.
sad. They
And, yeah. Yes, it's
they don't really have that much to do. It's like,
it's hard now mostly because they're such short time.
Well, they don't seem
Sure.
They're
Okay.
done. They're done, but
that
still got 3 weeks to go.
Yeah, yeah.
sad.
Keep 'em busy.
about it.
They're
It's
trying.
just like what they do.
Oh, I mean like.
Yeah.
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 Irene basically knits for like 13 years.
I thought it was
And he
interesting.
just- Yeah, he just. Who's the main character's name? Does it never
Doesn't say.
say?
Doesn't say.
The main character just like documents some stamps and reads books, and that seems like most of his life, honestly.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I thought it was interesting that she couldn't take the reading with her. Like,
Yeah.
it gets pulled back at the end. I thought that was kind of weird.
It gets
Like-
pulled
Wait.
back.
I thought you just set it down.
What does it say? The knitting had reeled off from her hands, and the yarn ran back toward the door and disappeared under it.
What
I didn't
the
pick up.
heck?
That's kind of creepy.
Yeah. I
image.
thought it was kind of odd. Like, they couldn't take anything at all with them.
I thought
How did
like,
they
I thought
miss
she was
that?
like knitting, and then like she left in a haste, still had knitting
Yeah.
in her hand, and the ball was still like behind, and then like you close the door or something, and it like escaped
Yeah.
out of her hand.
And the other thing, yeah, between the two instances where the house is getting taken over, you see the first time the two people are just, they're very accepting of it. They're not,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they don't care that much. They saw it coming. They knew it was going to happen. And you know, life goes on, it's okay. But the second time, they're worried, they're sad, maybe almost frustrated. And so it's kind of like whatever left them is kind of disappearing before their fingertips, and they didn't realize the process happening the first time.
Yeah.
But they really saw it before their eyes the second time.
Oh, do you think it's like them running out of?
I don't think so. He talks about how like it just keeps happening and they don't really have anything to do.
Well, yeah, but what if their farms are not doing so well? And it talks about in the beginning how the raw materials for the house are really expensive. They're tearing down parts of the house and selling them,
Or they,
and it's
What?
kind of
They were planning on doing that in the future.
Well, like
Yeah.
they said when they die,
Yeah.
other people would do that though.
it said,
Yeah.
wait, where's,
I said like just before they
Yeah, just before they die.
what if he's kind of like lying to himself?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we're gonna be fine, and then their money is slowly running out.
yeah, that wouldn't be surprising.
Oh, another interesting thing, not exactly on topic, but right before this part about like tearing it up for money is, and this has more to do with the family thing again, like things disappearing, is that they're talking about how when they die, it will be the end to like a really long family line,
Mm-hmm.
because they haven't married or anything.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like, bloodline's gonna end at this house. Where is it? Right here. Was the indispensable end to a line established in this house by my grandparents. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. They're like the last people to be in the house because it's like a family house, and once the family ends, the house is also gone.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting metaphor. I think there's a lot of different things you can kind of play into.
Yeah. I think we'll just have to read in the textbook.
Yeah.
It's been 10 minutes, or 12 minutes, so we
Yeah.
continue the next book.
Yes. Yeah, I
Which
really
one
want
to do
to.
next?
If we do My Melancholy Face,
Sure, why not?
and
Sure.
then finish with The Handsomest Drowned Man in the World. Oh boy.
This one I felt like was more straightforward.
Yeah.
This one's definitely
Yeah,
more
this
straightforward.
one
like metaphor
makes
stuff.
makes a lot more sense, and
Does
I like
it?
this one.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I like this one too, and I also like when I started reading it, I thought it was like a true story, and
Yeah, and he was like, and then,
Like,
then he was
what?
like, I have to, now he has to kick me in the face 10 times
Mhm.
before he can continue.
Mhm.
And I was like, wait, this seems a little strange. What's
Yeah.
going on?
I was wondering if he was trying to make it more funny or more sad. Because some parts are really sad, some parts are really funny.
I
Yeah.
think it's like to tie it into like, this might actually happen. Like,
You know what? I
Alright,
feel
well,
like.
it's based on.
I'm sorry.
So you can.
okay.
Like, I don't know. I felt a lot of like connection with Brave New World.
Yes!
Totally,
Yes!
same.
Yes!
It's like
That's
the
one of
same
my
questions.
I feel like it's satire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
felt so
like
too.
It's
communist,
definitely
Yeah, I wrote that
authoritarian.
down.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Communism.
Brave New World if the government couldn't keep up with its promises of like
Mhm.
making everyone happy and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole like it's
You
like
have to
illegal
be happy.
illegal to not be happy.
Yeah.
That totally
But
reminded me of Brave New World
Everyone's
also.
like really poor.
Yeah. Same with the
They can only go to the bars on certain days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, where is it? The it says the where is it? Shoot.
It was recommended not to show too great a joy.
No, I thought the fact that there are love barracks that also reminded me of Brave New
Oh, yeah.
World.
Oh,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
had their like perception of like sex and stuff. I don't know. It's just
Oh yeah.
weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
one thing is like, there are no sirs, he cried angrily. We're all comrades.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's
Yeah,
happy
it's a
now.
lot- It's a lot more violently communism.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, before you even read the back where they talk about communism and Stalin in the 1920s, you can already get like the connection
Which part where they talk about Stalin in the 1920s?
Oh,
It's
the
like-
primary
I
source.
didn't
Very last
read
part.
the.
Oh, the primary
I didn't
source.
know that was part of
I
the
didn't.
story.
I didn't think that was part of it, so I didn't read it.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I got. Yeah.
I mean, well, that proves my point. You can
Yeah.
already see it. It's
Oh, yeah.
clear,
Yeah.
the connection, and a lot of it is pretty realistic. While
Yeah.
they make some extremities,
Uh-huh.
a lot of it is very realistic, and I noticed a lot of that, and part of like where no one was in the city.
Oh
Um, I thought that could have had to do with like in communism maybe the lack of economic productivity or just people like a lower quality life and no one wanting to be outdoors really. It doesn't look like anyone's really having fun.
It's but it feels like this is like
Just making sure you can like be seen and
that's
everything.
fine. It talks about in the beginning like I guess this kind of ties in with like Stalin and stuff. It looks like they tried to industrialize.
Yeah.
And then it says everything's thick with dirty oil and there are no fish. But then it says for many years all connections with the outside had been cut off.
I was wondering
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
So
It's
is that why everything kind of went downhill, or did they see that everything was going downhill and they cut everything off so that everyone would have to stay?
Chicken with egg.
Yeah. But then also, one second, I thought this was weird. You know how it says he has to now consume like one pound of soap a day?
Yeah.
How are they making all that soap?
Yeah.
Where's it
Weird.
coming
Yeah, that
from?
was weird.
I
Well, I
thought
think-
the soap.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
when you-
Okay,
So,
never mind,
when he
sorry.
says like consume, like obviously my first thought is eating. But he just means using, right?
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
means using.
I mean, like, well, like the punishments are so weird and
Yeah.
harsh. I was like,
Yeah.
well, it's possible.
Uh-huh.
Identity, stability, community, happiness, and soap.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I looked up online this story, and it talked about how this is happiness and soap. Apparently, there was a Nazi slogan that was guns and butter, and then there was another one that was bread and circuses, and those were like things that were gonna keep people happy.
Yeah. And I looked into Heinrich Boll too for another part of the project, and and he was from East Germany, and he was like growing up under like Nazism, and that's kind of where I think a lot of this inspiration comes from, because he fought for Germany in the Second World War, and he talks a lot in his writing about like having what he saw and kind of the impact that had on him. And I think that's kind of clear here, and also living then after that under communism.
Oh
Yeah.
So did he live in Russia?
I think he lived in East Germany.
East Germany. Okay.
Building off of what you said, an example of that is where first he had to have a happy face all the time, right?
Yeah.
Then he had to have a sad face, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I think that kind of goes to show the transition from Nazism
Ooh.
to
Oh
communism.
my god.
And
Totally.
well, while they're very different from each other, he still gets in the same trouble.
Yeah.
While he's a completely innocent person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
genius.
true.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he also, it says also that like his first offense was because he had a happy face during. At that time, my happy face attracted the policeman on a day when general mourning was ordered. It was the anniversary of the death of the chief.
Yeah, and that happens, like, I'm pretty sure in North Korea, like, currently, they have a day of mourning for whoever the last dictator was.
Because the original dictator was like a divine ruler.
Yeah, and then everybody has to, like, cry
Yeah.
and mourn and be like, oh, such a sad day, our great lord
also kind of symbolize like the fall of fascism and the rise of communism.
Yeah.
Shall we? Oh, you're
Go
gonna
ahead.
say.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Okay.
Wait, are we gonna
So-
switch?
Yes, we
Oh,
got-
can I bring up
Can I-
one last?
Oh, yeah.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, last.
Oh, y'all both can?
Yeah, going back to what I said about the happiness and soap slogan, the Nazi slogans were like guns and butter, so they're gonna arm people and keep people well fed, and that would make everyone happy, and then they would expand. But happiness and soap is like completely different because it's just happiness. We're not gonna provide anything to make people happy. We're just gonna make people happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely like a satire. Of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, if I remember right, another famous one is like strength through joy or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's definitely like similar to the sort of things that they would say in those sorts of like totalitarian regimes.
I've been thrown in soap.
Yeah.
Soap's ridiculous.
Gotta have that soap.
Yeah.
Everyone has to be clean.
So
It's like soma, but
So,
Oscar, did you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Last thing. The island being cut off. When you said it was in East Germany, right?
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
thinking
that
the
makes
Berlin Wall.
Okay.
yeah, Iron
Communism is cut off from the rest of the world. You're
Yeah.
not allowed to go
Oh, that-
see those
Yeah.
yeah.
capitalist
Yeah.
pigs.
Yeah. So, yeah. This
Alright.
doesn't say where it is, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
but like the island being like isolated is kind of like a metaphor.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on a whole bunch of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Okay, so 10 minutes.
okay.
That's
Now
what's
for
doing.
maybe the most confusing one. I don't know.
That's very odd.
At least favorite.
Okay, where to start?
Well,
So, oh, go ahead.
oh, okay. Well, the whole time I was like wondering where it took place.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought I deduced that probably maybe somewhere in the Mediterranean because it was
Yeah, that's
talking
what I was
about
thinking.
like the whole like landscape and because they were describing like what the guy, the drowned man, like would have been like, and they kind of described him as like what I imagine like Poseidon in like Greek mythology was like. Or wait, Poseidon is in Roman mythology.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Poseidon's
Greek,
Greek.
and then no,
Neptune
yeah, it's
is-
Neptune. Thanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
got it mixed up.
And then there's also, you can see kind of the Latin, Spanish influence from the name, right?
Yeah.
Totally, yeah.
although the author is
So-
Colombian, so
But I thought maybe the,
there might be split
the
Spanish
Caribbean.
influence. Yeah, that's
That's
kind of
what
what
I
I
was
was
Wasn't this the same guy that wrote the?
I
What's
think
it
that
called?
was the House Taken Over.
Oh yeah,
This
yeah, yeah.
is the same person who
Yeah,
wrote,
yeah.
the
Yeah,
end of the
Julio
game.
Cortázar.
Yes. Which
Yeah. Oh, in our group last semester, there was another book about these kids who like play a game where they pretended